Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are previewing the conference championship from the Big Six conferences in college basketball right now with brand new guests to SBR Videos, Rob and the Dream from Sports Bettors TV. And right now we're going to cover the Pac-12. Always a wacky conference, right, guys?
Pete, the Pac-12 is just sissy soft. It's one of those drugstore cotton candy type conferences. Yeah, I think it's really soft bunch. They play a bunch of controversial schools, and generally the team that comes out of here sometimes loses in the first two rounds of a big tournament anyway.
Well, let's get to the futures odds just a little bit. Arizona's kind of like the Villanova of the West. They're the top team in the Pac-12 and an awesome bet. 20-11 against the spread on the year and 12-2 against spread over their last 14. And they are the odds-on favorite to win the conference tournament, minus 200. The second choice, though, is Utah. And they're kind of a tricky team, right? Because for most of the year, they were a great bet as well. But then towards the end of the regular season, they were a 2-5 against the spread over their last 7, including 3 games where they lost straight up as a favorite. So they definitely stumbled down the stretch. Could they rebound, in the conference tournament? Clearly they could. And Oregon came on really strong at the end of the season. They were a 7-1 against spread over their last 8, including 4 games where they won outright as an underdog. Those were the last 4 games of the regular season, and they're getting healthy odds, plus 1,800. So let's start with you, Rob. You loved Villanova in the Big East. You love Arizona here at minus 200 to win the Pac-12?
I don't have much of a choice here. You have to go Arizona. The way they're playing the ball, the way they're playing these days is amazing. I love everything they're doing. I love the fact, too, that you can lay double-digit points with them all the time and not even worry about it.
Up till now.
Yeah, right. They're 6th in the league in field goal percentage, shooting about 49%. Like everything they're doing here, I would definitely back them up with another team, though. But Arizona, I think, is my obviously number 1 team that I think is going to come out of the pack. Utah was, they were doing it for me a little bit, but I've seen them stagger lately, just coming off the loss at Washington. So I got to go Arizona here.
All right, let's move on to you, the Dream. Arizona minus 200 as the favorite. Is Arizona going to dominate and win easily? If so, then betting against them might be stupid. But if you think they're overvalued, this is a tournament where you could really make some money with a big underdog, right, Dream?
Over at SBTV, we call them Zizzle. That's our little nickname for Arizona. They've been pretty impressive. Zizzle's been pretty impressive this year. I've got to give it to them. I have been impressed with what they've put forth with their body of work. But the only team that I believe that should be mentioned in the same sentence as Zizzle would be the Oregon Ducks.
Right.
The Oregon Ducks, as you said it earlier in conversation, they came on really late, and they were really successful. I like their gameplay. Another good all-around team effort. They've got some really great bigs, which are somewhat important in this tournament as well, and they do get good play out of their backcourt. I would just lay a little bit on Oregon in case Zizzle comes up short, but I honestly think Zizzle runs away with this.
I'm with you. The question is, are they worth a bet to actually beat Arizona at plus 1,800? I mean, those are good odds. Are they big enough, though? I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I struggle with it. I think it's worth putting a little light as far as some safety type of money on it, because you got to remember, these are teenagers out partying, always having a good time. So anything can happen in this atmosphere.
I guess that's true. All right, so we're not hearing much love for Utah for most of it, except for these past few weeks. Utah was one of those teams that you were just looking at like, man, the market just is not valuing these guys well. They're covering game in, game out. They're one of the top teams in the league. They're just basically a good bet on in any situation. But the tides have certainly turned. Not getting a whole lot of value with them at plus 250. Those aren't very long odds. So we're all passing on Utah, Rob?
Yes, absolutely. And I agree with the Dream on Oregon as well. I might sprinkle a little bit of money on them as well.
Well, let's get some picks. Again, I'm going to wait. I have the luxury as host of passing and waiting to see what you guys have to say. Rob, what are your official picks for the Pac-12 Conference Championship going to be?
Most of the money's going on Arizona, and a little bit is going on Oregon.
Makes sense. That's how I'm leaning the Dream. What are your picks here?
Zizzle and the Ducks.
Zizzle and the Ducks. All right, my pick, I'll tell you what. I'm going to go on Oregon plus 1,800, backed by nothing. We'll see. We'll see if that pans out. All right, thanks, guys.